welcome to the grand final, and what a war it has been. There's one thing guaranteed to say so early on in the grand final episode: we will be crowning a brand new champion. Only Captain Pirate has been here before, but before we unleash hell, let's relive the road to virtual Armageddon, shall we? And for the first time ever, we lost the champion in the first couple of matches. First couple of battles, they were eliminated. Lethal Weapon winning Group 2. Then Trackers won their group for Group 4. Ramsey, third seed, progressed along with Kilobot and Hades, progressing to the pool. Now, surprise here, we lost Chaos 2 with Hypnodisc, Behemoth, Daisy Cutter and Blue progressing. Group 7 saw Captain Pirate progress, of course, along with newcomers Siren, Jolly Roger, Robobay, Bubbles and Exhuman failed to qualify for the pool. Jaws, Road Rage, Blade Buster and Spikosaurus spiked their way through in Heat 5, and in the last qualifying heat, Crimbot, Static and Decapitator won, and of course we lost the ex-reigning champion Twister very early on as well. It's been dramatic. And sticking with tradition, the grand final will comprise of a group stage. The winners, the top two, will go through to the final grand battle fight.
Three, two, one, activate.
What a series it's been as we start our first fight of the grand final. It's decapitating Captain Pirate here now. Of course, winning 3 points is vital if they want to get through to that last fight to determine Megabots, the Third War's grand champion. Captain Pirate starts as the favourite, you have to say, being here before, but Decapitator always is one of those robots who they just think, how on earth have you got so far? But it's consistent, never failed to reach the semi-finals at least. Captain Pirate has only once not made the grand final. Who is on top here? Spinning around. I think the control, potentially also damage, is going to Decapitator. Of course, the tracks help to keep the control in control, so to speak, on Decapitator. Captain Pirate, the captain, reigning on top, or was on top there, of Decapitator very briefly. Of course, if the fight does go the distance, lasts the 2 minutes, we go to a judge's decision. 2 points awarded for a win, 1 point for a loss. And look, Decapitator is naked. The armour shredded. How do you get through to Captain Pirate? I mean, really, how do you get through? The machine is just a beast. Decapitator. It needs to be careful here because the chassis now is exposed, and we know what Captain Pirate has done in the past in this series, and well, throughout Megabots, to be honest. Just shreds its opponent, and now they both have to be careful of the pit. Opening up in the arena there. The Siren has just gone. It's one of Captain Pirate's spikes. They are skirting the pit here. Time ticking down. Remember, 2 points will be awarded, and it looks like we are going to the first judge's decision of the grand final. Who has won this? Well,
Cease.
I think Decapitator started off strong, but then Captain Pirate just laid into Decapitator, shredded the skin, and I think the captain will shout and give the order, and he's given it. 2 points to the captain. Decapitator 1. Next up, Trackers and Lethal Weapon.
3, 2, 1, activate.
It's interesting to point out Trackers. Trackers, it's a bit of an emotional rollercoaster of a story, really, throughout the Megabots run. Oh, and as soon as I've said that, Bash comes flying out. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Sergeant Bash, and Lethal Weapon just out of control. We love to see this. That Trackers, his story in Megabots is a kind of a, I don't know, a bit of a, well, it's lost its flipper. Oh, and it's even been flipped over. It's kind of a redemption story, really, because it's the most unluckiest robot in Megabots. Got through to the semi-finals, just lost to great robots in the past, carrying Chaos 2 in the first series and Twister 2 in the second series of the same round. The potential is huge on Trackers, I think. Very unlucky. Third time lucky, maybe. Now, would it be? It would be the icing on the cake, I think. It would mark their journey throughout Megabots as a rags to riches sort of story, wouldn't it? They're seeking closure, and this is the closest they have actually got to the title. Can they lift the crown? Lethal Weapon is so unpredictable. They've never been this far before. Lethal Weapon having a wonderful tournament, spinning around, out of control. It lost to Ramsey in the last series in the semi-final of the second round of the semi-final. Very unlucky, but as you know, in this series, it's played the blinder. Of course, beating Jolly Roger in the semi-finals and then Daisy Cutter. And at the moment here, who is on top? Who would you give this to? Because Lethal Weapon, okay, hasn't had the control, but Trackers is just unrecognisable. They've lost the armour, they've lost the flipper, and really the aggression, the damage. All on Lethal Weapon here. We're going to another judge's decision. What? I'm shocked. It's a shame, really. The flipper of Trackers came off far too early. They spin around Lethal Weapon. I don't know who's won this. Do you know what? I think Lethal Weapon might have just edged that because Trackers has lost its weapon. Yes. Well, is this going to be anticlimactic for the Trackers camp? I'm not too sure. Oh, it's very close, isn't it? Let's just park ourselves and zoom off north to Siberia, though, because there's some collateral damage that needs sorting out. The second of our Ultimate Challenge semi-finals sees Chaos 2 versus Panic Attack. The winner will meet Dietor, our reigning Ultimate Challenge champion twice in a row, and they're there again.
Activate.
Now then. Already Chaos 2 on top. Panic Attack just creeping in. Now I would say it's got the most effective weaponry to try and destroy the barrels, as you can see there, but Chaos 2 much more manoeuvrable. The Dead Metal now comes into play. Panic Attack less manoeuvrable than Chaos 2. Chaos 2 trying to help Panic Attack out by the looks of it, with Dead Metal there coming in to play. Shunt with the axe. Oh, flip over! And Dead Metal's almost turned turtle. The Lobster on its back. There we can see Chaos 2 on its back. Self-inflicted, I think, there. Well, Panic Attack here needs to get some points on the board, I think. Yes, we've had 6 barrels tumble, but I think they've been mainly Chaos 2, as Chaos 2 takes another tumble across the camera there. Now then, they're both immobilised. No, Panic Attack just about moving. What's happened to Chaos 2 here? Why aren't they being self-righting? They should be self-righting easily. There's Panic Attack now. 7 barrels destroyed. The timer will run out eventually. There's only 90 seconds to play here to hit as many barrels as possible and try to avoid being flipped out of the arena. Well, that's a barrel of laughs, isn't it? Killalot now comes in. Oh, and Bash now into play. I don't quite know what's gone on really in this second semi-final. 9 barrels have been smashed. The question is, I wasn't counting there, who has come out on top? Oh! Well, it's more of a landslide than I thought. So, in the grand final of the Ultimate Challenge, coming up later on in the show, Dietor, the reigning champion, up against Chaos 2. Well, well, well. It'll be interesting to see who wins that one, but we go back now to our second lot of matches for the groups. Captain Pirate Lethal Weapon winning, but it's going to be next in the arena, Captain Pirate versus Trackers. And you feel now that Trackers needs the win, or it's going to be out. I'm rooting for Trackers here.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
I'm biased, I know. It's terrible, isn't it? Captain Pirate is one of my favourite robots in Megabots, so really, this is a grand final worthy fight, I think. These two robots, personally, are two of the best robots that have performed consistently throughout, not just this series, but throughout the whole campaign of Megabots. Captain Pirate, of course, yet to lose a fight, got 8 points in its group. Trackers also landed on 8 points. There's only 2 robots that ended on 9 points this series, and of course that was Static and the Power of Daisy Cutter. Both of those machines are out though, of course. They lost in the semi-finals, and like I said, it has taken good robots to beat these two machines. At the moment, Captain Pirate are probably just about on top here. Spinning around so close towards Sir Kilowat's zone there. There's Captain Pirate coming third in the first series, and then lost to Jaws in the second round of the semi-finals last series. Really, it's the only robot to beat Captain Pirate. Look at this already. Tracker's doing awfully well here, surviving not only Captain Pirate's lethal dose of spiking, but Matilda as well. I mean, it's Captain Pirate shredding Matilda's front there, desperately trying to flip Captain Pirates. Oh my goodness me, they had it! Why did they let Captain Pirate back on its feet, on its wheels, steering its ship, wobbling around? They've just about survived. Well, another judge's decision dawns. I have a feeling though, all that work was done by Trackers. I think they should get the 2 points, and they have. Well, look, 3 points each. This is going to be close. Decapitator is next against Lethal Weapon. Very, very close.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
It's amazing, really. Lethal Weapon has become more lethal as the Megabots campaign has progressed. It only landed on 3 points in the first series, then came back to this last series, defeated by Ramsey in the second round of the semi-finals, and now they've made the grand final. It's much improved. I don't really know how though. Decapitator now with the flipper has the power now to flip Lethal Weapon. I think contrasting to Trackers, the unluckiest robot compared to the luckiest robot for me personally, Lethal Weapon, because it has no Shremek, it's out of control, it's unbalanced. How it's not been flipped more times, I don't know. But the good thing with Lethal Weapon is though, because it spins, it's difficult to get hold of, it's fast, so it is difficult to flip. Very clever concept. The world of Megabots, of course, spinning around. 2 lethal weapons there on each side. Long range as well. And skirting towards Shunt there. Again, they survive the flip. Decapitator, I think, is a bit knocked out here. He has become a lethal dose for Decapitator. Just totally mesmerised and spaced out, zoned out in a daze. Doesn't really know how to attack Lethal Weapon. Using the source, it gets the damage in, yes. Just one flip. That's all you need for Lethal Weapon. They're so entertaining though, you just don't know what is going to happen next. And if Bash gets his way to flip Lethal Weapon, this is the danger, you see. Anyway, the house robots aren't allowed to attack, so Sergeant Bash rightly going back into his corner patrol zone. You're out with me, Bash. Get out. Flamethrower against flamethrower, isn't it? I think he's a bit jealous that Lethal Weapon has a flamethrower. As Matilda now comes into play. Once again, we go to judge's decision. I have no idea who's won that. No idea. Lethal Weapon maybe the more aggressive. They've given it to Lethal Weapon. And Decapitator now struggling. They need a clear win. They're now straight back in the arena with Trackers.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Now, this is developing into somewhat of a unique situation here, because every fight in the grand final so far has gone to a judge's decision. Now, Decapitator needs 3 points. Simple as. I don't think it can survive even on 2. because this is its last fight. We could be seeing Decapitator's final fight here. Like I said, if they don't win, that is because they'll only end on, well, either 0 or just the 1 point. Well, that'll give them 3 points. You know, I'm just jumping the gun a bit here, looking ahead. We could have a situation if we have these last 2 fights go to judges' decisions that more than 1 robot, 2 robots even, will be on the same number of points. Now, just to let you know that if that does happen, it will go on the number of points won in the group stages, because of course we can't judge based on knockout fights in the grand final because there haven't been any. They've all gone to judges' decisions and they've all lasted the 2 minutes, so we can't even judge a performance based on the amount of time to get that KO. So we're breaking new grounds. Like I said, I'm jumping the gun. This could all change, because at the moment Trackers on top, I think. And do you know what? The more this happens, Decapitator, simply put, they need a KO here. They need the first KO of the grand final. Trackers on top, Decapitator being decapitated. They're both armour has shredded, and now the pit has descended. Well, look at this. Oh my goodness me, this could end very, very interestingly.
Cease.
Because I think Trackers has won that, which means Decapitator, I think, will finish 4th in Megabots 3. There, confirmed. Now they've had 3 fights, and that's the furthest they could go. Captain Pirate potentially, but next up is Captain Pirate and Lethal Weapon.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Is there another twist to this tale of a grand final? I can't even remember we've ever had so many judges' decisions in a group battle before to end on, well, almost 5 points between 3 robots. Captain Pirate is on 3 points. Lethal Weapon is on 4. If Lethal Weapon just get a judge's win here, they will be automatically. They will go through to the grand final, and so will Trackers. So Captain Pirate needs at least 2 points to avoid defeat, and it hasn't got to the very last fight of the tournament. It's only landed, the best they've ever done, Captain Pirate, is 3rd place. Lethal Weapon, of course, heavy heights, out of control. It's fantastic to see. Can you imagine if Captain Pirate wins with a judge's win? That is going to make things very interesting and exciting. It's what you want in a grand final fight. Anything can happen here. Now Lethal Weapon totally naked. All the damage being done here by Captain Pirate once again, but Captain Pirate have lacked the killer blow for me. Yes, we've still yet to see them lose a fight, but for me, Captain Pirate has lacked the killer blow in the grand final. Oh, goodness me, well, look at this. Once again, Captain Pirate in a bit of a daze again against Lethal Weapon, losing track and doesn't really know what to do. Bash coming out into play. We are going to another judge's decision. Oh my goodness me, I think this is Captain Pirate's.
Cease.
And if that is the case, we have a dilemma. That's the last fight of the group stage. Who has won? Oh! It has. Captain Pirate has won, which means we have 5 points. 3 robots on 5 points. We know Decapitator will come 4th in Megabots 3. Now, as I've said before, predicting the future a little bit, we have 3 robots on 5 points, which means we go back to the group stage because, like I said, no robots in the grand final have had a clear 3-point knockout. They've all had the same number of wins with judges' wins. Now, Lethal Weapon, they got 1 clear knockout with 3 points and 2 judges' wins. They ended on 7 points. However, Trackers and Captain Pirates got 2 clear knockouts and 1 judges' win. They both ended on 8 points, which means Lethal Weapon comes third. We have our final. Oh, I'm glad that's all sorted. I hope you managed to follow that, because we have another final on the horizon. We're back to Siberia. Dietor, the reigning champion of the Ultimate Challenge, is up against Chaos 2. Same rules apply. Whoever hits over the most barrels will win the tournament.
Activate.
90 seconds to do so. Chaos 2 probably starts as the favourite, even though Dietor is the reigning champion in this particular side competition tournament. And already spinning around up in the air with the barrels and the flip and the bombs going off. Kilowog coming into play, blocking Chaos 2 from trying to hit more. There goes Dietor. 3 barrels there. There's another barrel for Chaos 2. 2 in total. Is Dietor okay? Seems to be a bit intermittent, doesn't it? I don't know if it's the interference of the game glitching, technical glitches. 4 barrels. Is there interference with the radio controllers? Probably not. Sergeant Bash though. Now remember, if a barrel is hit secondary, not directly by Chaos 2 or Dietor, say from a house robot, it won't count. So okay, we might have 5 in total, but maybe only 4 destroyed by our competitors. Dead Metal now coming in, soaring down onto Dietor. This is very close, you know. Is Chaos 2 just about on top? But it would depend. There goes another barrel. Oh, Dietor's having a smashing good time there. Has just destroyed 2. That's good. That's helped them. A total of 10. But remember, maybe not all destroyed by Dietor and Chaos 2. Chaos 2 is doing a pirouette.
Cease.
Oh, that's very close. Oh my goodness me. Who has won this? Chaos 2? Oh, fantastic. I don't believe it. Dietor has won this side event 3 times in a row. Congratulations. Unbelievable. Are we about to see any more twists and turns in this grand final? Because it's Captain Pirate, the 5th seeds, and Trackers, both heavy heights. And we do go back to their group stage with Captain Pirate against Shunt Stack. Then absolutely obliterated poor Shunt Stack. It was all over. A 3-point win. Then again, Siren also got the 3 points. Siren putting up a great fight. The flipper though was final. Only just though. Captain Pirates, another 3 points. Its only real threat in its heat came from Mortis. It went to a judge's decision. The Captain Pirate ending on 2 points, a grand total of 8 in total. This fight stopped there and was marked up to that point, ending on 2 points. And in the semi-finals, defeating Dave in the first round. Dave putting up a good fight. Dave, though, was dumped, flipped, bashed, spiked, and rendered immobilised. In round 2 of the semi-finals, raging ahead was Road Rage, trying to get through to its first grand final. Captain Pirate was in its way and didn't let up. Another immobilisation. Trackers, on the other hand, had a flipping good time versus Synergy in its group. Sergeant Bash really doing the business there, ending on 3 points. Next, Trackers had Panagatag, a veteran, still managing to win on a judge's decision, ending the fight with 2 points. And then a clear win versus the veterans Hades, ending the group with 8 points. It was spectacular. Spikosaurus awaited trackers in the semi-finals. The dinosaur was not extinct. Spikosaurus making its way through to a second semi-finals, but the flip of trackers was too powerful. Out went the dinosaur. And in one of the biggest shocks of the tournament, Static, the runners-up, were flipped. This is the grand final. Oh, on the final now. Isn't it good to see trackers there? Can they find redemption? Or will Captain Pirate finally, after all this effort of nearly getting there, get there? All to play for. This, the final battle. Sergeant Bash coming in for the kill. All it needs is a flip. And the flip is final. Is this about to be redemption for trackers after all of their efforts and heartache over the years of Megabots? The flipper not strong enough to flip Captain Pirate over, and trackers spins in delight as we have a new Megabots champion. And it was over so quickly. Look at this. House robots feeding on Captain Pirate. They are proud runners-up for Megabots 3. What an ending. Anticlimactic, quick, I don't know. Justice served, yes. There. Trackers have been on top form. Finally on track and have won. The wait is over. It's taken them long enough, hasn't it? Trackers, our Series 3 Megabots Grand Champion. Wonderful. Trackers now goes alongside Jaws and Twister 2 in the history books. Because that, as they say, is that. Your trilogy of winners firmly placed in the Megabots history books. Thank you so much for watching.